And good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Huddle, KGUN 9 streaming sports talk show. I'm Jason Barr, joined by Pat Paris. We join you every week Tuesday at this time. Pat, good afternoon. How are you?
Doing pretty well, Jason. How about yourself?
Doing fine, thank you. All right, we're going to talk a couple things today. We're going to talk the Arizona men's basketball roster. There's been some changes with that in the last week or so, and we're going to have a special guest who's about to win a third straight Pac-12 Coach of the Year award. That's my little teaser. So first, we'll talk Arizona men's basketball and the roster. And Pat, I don't think it was a big surprise. Certainly, everybody expected Ben Mathurin to go pro. He's a projected lottery pick. And as for Christian Coloco, his draft stock has really increased recently. He's now projected by some to be a late first-round pick, if not a second-round pick.
Not surprised. I think we held out just a little bit of hope that Christian Coloco might say, okay, one more year and I might be a lottery pick next year. And that was your only glimmer of hope that maybe he would stay around for one more season. But he's hearing from everybody, you're going to go late first round, and the kind of money there. And, you have to weigh that against the potential of an injury. And I know all the reasons. And yes, you can make a little bit of money now as a college athlete, but you're not going to make the kind of money you're going to make just in a signing bonus alone. So probably the right choice for him. We saw what a dramatic improvement he made in 1 year, and the scouts, I'm sure, saw it as well. And they're, somebody's going to get a pretty good player late in the first round or early in the second round.
Yeah, so the other starter in question now is Dalen Terry. I believe my gut feeling is he's going to come back. He's actually going to make an appearance tomorrow at a local boys and girls club in Tucson. And it just kind of, U of A basketball put out a couple of pictures, previewing next year. He's on them. I'm kind of getting the sense he's coming back. But not just that, I think it's the right decision for him as well.
Yeah, and I look at him. I look at Dalen Terry certainly different than Ben Mathurin, and even different than Christian Coloco about where they're at and where they're thought of by NBA scouts. And I think of guys like Josh Green and Nico Mannion recently, who kind of fit into that same category. You knew they were probably one and done. Not necessarily Dalen Terry's not a one and done, but you get my point. Is they're kind of in that same level of, okay, they might get drafted and they might get drafted on the second round, but is that really the best fit for you right now? Those two of them, the aforementioned Nico Mannion and Josh Green, of course, drafted, made NBA rosters for Josh Green. He's still on an NBA roster and struggling a little bit to get some playing time. And for Nico Mannion, he's off to Italy. So that's what I worry about a guy like Dalen Terry, that he would benefit so much more for another year with Tommy Lloyd and in the Arizona system. And then you'll have a situation where you could potentially be a first-round draft pick next year.
Yeah, Justin Kier certainly, he graduated. And we're talking about the 8 players in the rotation who saw the most amount of minutes last year. Mathurin and Coloco, we just touched on. You also got to figure that Adama Ball, who was kind of like the 9th guy last year, he's going to get a lot more playing time.
And Jason, at the couple of times we saw him late in the season, he was impressive. He's a great shooter. And so I think you can't discount how many minutes and quality minutes he'll give him next year.
While Coloco, you're certainly going to miss him, at least you've got a guy coming in who's a 7-foot center in Dylan Anderson, who was the Gatorade Arizona Player of the Year last year. I think that Omar Ballo can pick up some of Coloco's minutes. Certainly, Tommy Lloyd has already teased some improvement from Azuolas Tubelis next year. He definitely has to improve on how he did in the NCAA tournament, right? And I think that Dylan Anderson can play a lot of minutes that Christian Coloco. To me, right now, the biggest loss is Mathurin, just because they don't have a player like him coming in, even with Adama Ball's extra minutes. But there could be, because there's a guy named Leonard Miller, who's one of the top players out there, who has not made his decision yet. He made his visit to Arizona this past weekend, and Leonard Miller is a 6'9" wing, also from Canada, who's deciding between Kentucky, Arizona, and a G League.
Yeah, he could be a difference maker. He could be the kind of guy that could plug right in and fill part of that loss that you have with Ben Mathurin. Did you see the guy that they just signed, or Serbian, Filip Borovishinin from Serbia, who said on Instagram today that he's going to be going to Arizona. He is a guy that is 6'8", 180. A lot of people talk about him. It was between Texas Tech, Xavier, and Arizona, and he picked Sean Miller's former team versus his current team, Arizona over Xavier. Now, I'm not saying this is a guy that's going to make set the world on fire and become an all Pac-12 player, but it just shows you there are guys out there, Jason, and it also shows you the line that Tommy Lloyd likes to take, and he doesn't mind going after international players. He's got a great reputation with international players. He's got several on the roster, even with Ben Mather and Christian Coloco leaving, and just another one that's going to come right in and probably find his way into the lineup at some point, and certainly we'll see him make improvements because that's what happens under Tommy Lloyd.
Yeah, and certainly got to trust him. He said to trust him as far as who he's going to bring into this program. Alex Steiniger writes in, do drafted players typically finish their college degrees or consider it unnecessary at that point? Well, everybody's a little bit different. And certainly some people have made it a point to finish their college degree. Didn't remember Shaq, and we see stories like that. Other guys have so much to go, it's a little tougher. And when you're leaving after 1 or 2 years, you've got a long way to go. What happens if they do not get drafted? Well, doesn't mean they're not going to play. I remember Alonzo Trier didn't get drafted. He actually didn't want to get drafted because he wanted to go to the Knicks, who didn't have a late second round pick, thought he had a better chance of making the team. So sometimes a late second round draft pick, it's not as much better than being somebody who just missed getting drafted and then can pick his team. So certainly there's a lot of different options. You can still catch on with a team and you can go overseas. There's only 2 rounds in the NBA, unlike other leagues that have more rounds.
And I think I'm right about this, Jason, but I think there's a rule. The NCAA allows you to kind of float your name out there. You can say I'm going to pursue the NBA draft, and you have about a month now before the draft where you can get the feelers. They come back to you with a report about whether you're going to be drafted or not. And if you don't feel comfortable going into the draft, you can pull yourself out just before the draft. So there's still a time for, let's say that's the way Dalen Terry decides to go about it. Maybe he says, okay, I'm just going to explore it. I'm not going to say I'm not coming back to Arizona. I'm just going to explore it. That's always an option as well.
Yeah, so they have that. I thought what the question was kind of on draft night, but yes, there is a point
definitely
where you can kind of put your name out there and then kind of bring it back. There's a couple different ways, and that wasn't an option before for some players. So that's relatively new. So yeah, roster looks good for next year, I think. But I also think if you're an Arizona basketball fan, you want that one more top player coming in, and so. I'm holding out hope that they get Leonard Miller or a top transfer. There's a couple guys they've been looking at as well. Just one more player. I think 8 would be a little thin. Certainly, there's the guy who you just talked about, but you want to kind of go in with 9 guys at least who you think can play significant minutes, because inevitably somebody gets hurt, or there's a Kim Aiken Jr. situation where guy just leaves and you never hear from him again. Something happens. So that's a look at the Arizona basketball roster.
Well, and real quick, Jason, we always forget about even mentioning his name, but we forget about Pelle Larsson a lot.
Yeah.
And Pelle Larsson.
Well, he's one of those guys in the rotation who's going to see minutes. Yeah.
Yes, and he'll go from a 6-man to potentially a starter and a guy that'll have a big impact on the team. And you got to have some guys that have been around for years, and that's a guy that's been around for years as a transfer to Arizona. And so I like him in the system another year and just to see what he can do.
Yeah, and deservedly so for a spot after you're the 6th man of the year.
Right.
He deserves that, and I think he's gonna get that chance next year. Certainly, he'd be ahead on the depth chart, if you will. They don't call it that for basketball, but of Adama Ball. So yeah, but Adama Ball did look impressive. Hit a couple of 3-pointers, and so that's how Arizona basketball is looking right now, and we'll expect more changes in the offseason. But also today we've got here on the Huddle, I'm Jason Barr, joined by, as always, Pat Paris here on the KGUN 9 streaming platforms. And we've got a special guest here because we've got Clancy Shields, who is nice enough to join us from California, where his Pac-12 champion men's tennis team is in Ojai, California. Am I pronouncing that correctly, Clancy? Is it Ojai?
Yeah, we're in Ojai. I'm not driving. The guys are grabbing some lunch. So
Awesome.
Appreciate you having me on. This is awesome.
Congrats again on the Pac-12 men's tennis championship. What are you going to do with all these trophies? You're probably going to win Coach of the Year for the 3rd straight year.
But the funny thing about this is at the end of the year, you shed the old and then you got to start all over again. So this is the cool part of the season. I mean, this is the fun part. We've worked hard for 8 months in a row, and now we get to enjoy the championship side of the season. But Yeah, it's been a magical year. I mean, they should make a movie about this team. It's been incredible to do what these guys have done, and to win our first conference championship in program history is it's something special. But there's so many more stories beyond just holding a championship trophy. I mean, these kids are special. They've worked hard for it, and there's not a team more deserving.
Well, Clancy, I know, 5 years you've been at Arizona, so it's not like it was an overnight success, but you certainly have had a lot of success the last couple of seasons. And I'm just wondering, is this what you envisioned when you came here, when you came to the University of Arizona, that you would elevate this program to national prominence?
Well, if you're going to do something, you might as well try to be the best, right? And that was kind of our motto of the why I actually wanted to come to Arizona. I was very happy at my last school, Utah State, and it was a little slower, and life was good. And you come to the Pac-12 because you want to be challenged, and you're basically saying, I accept the challenge of what the Pac-12 is. And for men's tennis, I think we've won 54 of the last 70 some national championships. So you're playing with the best teams in the country. You're recruiting against the toughest programs in the country. And so that was the challenge that I was up for. That, you never know if these things are going to happen, but we worked hard, and good things happen when, there's no substitute for hard work.
Clancy, what led you to go and recruit so many players internationally? I know you've got, I believe, 4 on your team from Sweden. Was that a conscious decision of hey, there's some really good players out there that I want to get from this program that are overseas and to expand your geographical reach?
Yeah, well, early on, I mean, we just talked to everybody, and once you get a no, a bunch of times, then you start casting your net a little bit wider. And it was interesting because when I took the job at Arizona, I kept thinking, man, this is going to be great. We're going to have the recruiting is going to be easy. And that first few months, it was a wake up call. I mean, we got a lot of no's. There wasn't a lot of interest, and especially from American players, we weren't gaining any traction. So we changed our strategy, our focus. We went international, and we landed a couple players from Sweden, and then they told their buddies, and they told them how great Arizona was, and Tucson, and it kind of from there, word spread, and then last year we landed the number 2 American kid in the country. So we're now able to recruit anywhere we want, and that's the way it should be. And I mean, the product at Arizona, you couldn't ask for a better product. The weather, the university, the athletic department, the people. I mean, there could not be a better place to go to school and spend your 4 years here.
Clancy Shields joining us here on the Huddle. And Clancy, you talked about, recruiting. You've talked about, each year's a little bit different. Tell me what makes this team different and what makes it so special, and why they're undefeated in the Pac-12 and going for a Pac-12 postseason tournament title now.
Yeah, well, every year we play for our seniors, and that's probably every team says that, but that's been our motto here, is that we play for our seniors. Last year, that had so much meaning. I mean, that literally took our team to the Sweet 16. I mean, the players would just not quit. They were not going to give up. They were not going to give in. And they ended up doing it for our special senior, Alejandro Aguant, last year. And then this year, we have 3 special seniors on our team. And honestly, mid-season, I actually challenged our team. We took a couple losses, and I just asked them, I said, do you not care that much about the seniors? Because I don't think you're playing that hard for them. And after that little pep talk, they've been awesome the last 2 months, and they've shown me how much they care about these boys and these seniors, and how they want to send them off on a really high and positive note. And that's really the special sauce, is that if you've been a part of our program for 4 years, or now even some of these guys 5 years, you've put everything into it, your heart, your soul, everything that you possibly could, and you get to the end, everybody is playing for you, everybody's pulling for you, and I just I feel that on the team, and that's what makes this group special. And when you have that ingredient, anything's possible.
Clancy, you're a young guy who did really well as a player at Boise State. Can you still beat some of the players on the U of A tennis team, the current ones? Don't be too humble. We want to know. Where would you stack up right now on this team?
The fitness has gotten a little worse for me, but I try to play in as much as I can, and I think the fun part is that, I still can play, but now I'm a little more selective about what drills I can beat them at, and to make sure that if I do play, I play the drills I'm very good at and I can win. But this team, that's the cool part, is when I first got here, I could beat everyone on the team pretty easily or handily, and then now they all can kind of beat up on me. So I know we're getting better.
Great stuff. Clancy, obviously your next step is to try to win a Pac-12 postseason title, and then it's on to the NCAAs. What's the limit for this team?
Well, when you have a lot of belief in each other, and we do, anything's possible. And we found out last year, going to the NCAA tournament, being with the top 16 teams in the country because they're all at one site. Everybody just looked around and said, "Man, these teams are not that good. We can do it. We can win this." And to see your players seeing that and believing that, then anything's possible. And that's the biggest hurdle, is really just to get the kids to believe that they can do it, that they can take it all the way. And a lot of people would have laughed at me to say that you could win the Pac-12 conference or to go undefeated in the regular season, and we did it. And so anything's possible. I certainly know we have the team that can go all the way, but you gotta check off all those little boxes along the way. And so I believe in this group. They're special, and I wouldn't be surprised if we made a deep run. And if we do, I think it's because the kids put a lot of hard work in and really believe in each other.
Clancy, you play with head coach Jed Fish, the football coach, once a week, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that, tennis. How did your guys' friendship start, and how did your relationship start when he got on campus over a year ago?
Yeah, just, everybody needs an outlet to go and exercise. And we both believe that we're not doing anyone else any good if we're not taking care of our own health and getting our exercise. And, even if it's a 30-minute hit or 45 minutes just to get out and get some exercise and, to not have to, the rigors of recruiting and coaching. And so we started doing that when he got hired here and just built our relationship from there. And he's been the biggest supporter of our program. I mean, our guys love Jed. He comes out to our practices. He talks to our team. And actually he told us we had a Gooter event up at La Paloma, and, he was the guy that went up to our players and was bring it home, man. We like be the team that brings it home, and we're all behind you. And that just meant a lot to our players, because that's not like that at every place where, all the coaches are pulling for you and everybody's, invested in your program. And Jed, man, he's been awesome. I can't wait to return the favor and be the loudest guy in Arizona Stadium next fall. And I hope all of Tucson will join me in that.
You ever talk X's and O's with him? Every coach thinks they could coach other sports. Do you ever talk X's and O's with Jed Fish about football?
Just little coaching things. Actually, he told us, when he had Bill Belichick in on campus last week, I just asked him, "Hey, is there anything you'd be willing to share with me?" And he said, Bill told the team that success comes in advance. And, we shared that little piece with our team. And, it's true, because, practices can be boring at times when you're in month 8 with the team. And, you keep reminding these guys and motivating these guys every day with little things. And, just little tidbits like that really helped our team. And I really appreciated that. But yeah, he's been a great mentor to me. And it certainly helps when you have great coaches, Mike Kendrea, Jed Fish, Tommy Lloyd, just some really good ones behind you who can really help you out.
And last one from me, Clancy. Do you see any parallels between the two programs? You took over a tennis team that, I don't know if people knew, the record against some of those California schools was not good. And even in your first year, you lost a whole lot of matches, but before you started winning. Football has not been a traditional power in Arizona, and he's trying to turn that around, and he's actually come up with a really good recruiting class. Do you see any parallels between the two programs, between tennis and football, or do you think that's a stretch?
100%. I've been on both sides of the spectrum. I mean, I was 0-15 in the Pac-12 my first 2 years, and now this year we went undefeated. And so, I see a lot of similarities between the two. But I mean, the main thing is, and Jed gets this, is that recruiting is the lifeblood of your program. It's the engine that runs everything. And I mean, look at what they've done to have the number 1 recruiting class in the Pac-12, a top 20 class nationally. I mean, that's the thing that really gets the wheels turning. And I just believe in their program. I believe in him. And that once you start getting some pieces in here, some talent in here, then good things can happen. And, but along the way, I think, we were able to we've landed 5 recruiting classes in the top 25. And, it makes us coaches look a lot better when you can get better players here. But I'll tell you what, I see a lot of good things happening over there. They're bringing in better players. They are building their culture. And, then you start, getting the community support, you start getting some wins, and then anything can happen. I know that's going to happen for our football team.
And also the finals, I believe, the Pac-12 tournament this weekend are on the Pac-12 network, if I'm not mistaken. So people can watch. People, if you guys advance, people can watch. And how do you pronounce your first Bengals player? Jonas Verts? Did I say that correctly?
Jonas Zivert, yes.
Jonas Zivert. Yes. Okay. Thank you. All right. Yeah. All right. Well, Clancy Shields, thank you so much.
Congratulations, Clancy. It's
Yeah.
a great turnaround, and
Thank you.
we're rooting you on here in Tucson for sure.
And
Thank you. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah. Thanks for a few minutes here on the Huddle. You guys are probably going to come back here in a second and join you in the van. Is that what you're in the van right now?
Yeah, they're in the van. They're eating some food. I said, hey, you guys go enjoy your meal, and I'm going to go talk to the boys in Tucson.
Awesome. All right. Good luck this week.
Good luck.
We'll be rooting for you back here in Tucson. All right. Thanks so much, Clancy.
Bear down.
Yep. Bear.
Yeah, bear down indeed.
Good.
Jason, that's a remarkable turnaround. We were 0-15, and then they were undefeated this year, 7-0. Wow.
One player told me that years ago, the other players, the other Pac-12 teams didn't even warm up to play Arizona. And now we've got what did he say? The second best player in the nation. My goodness.
Yeah.
What a turnaround. It's always been dominated by Stanford and UCLA.
Yeah.
And I grew up playing competitive tennis in New Jersey. I was about a year ahead of Jed Fish, but the top player in the East Coast, who I believe was Jed Fish's year, is a guy by the name of Paul Goldstein, who's now the coach at Stanford. So it's just kind of interesting how that comes along. So So yeah, that's what's going on. All right, you're going to be live today at KGUN 9 News at 5 and 6, right? Where are you?
Yeah, we're live in South Tucson for a Take Back the Night event, and we're trying to get out in the community more. And this is one of those efforts that we can all get behind, and we're going to be there live at 5 and 6. I know you're going to be live as well, Jason, at 6.
Yeah, FC Tucson plays a team from California in the U.S. Open Cup, the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup. It's a very prestigious soccer tournament. It's almost like the NCAA tournament because you got the big teams and the small teams, and if they win a couple of games, they'll be playing an MLS team, which
could be
FC
a Cinderella.
Tucson did. Yeah, they did in 2013 when they played the Houston Dynamo in Houston. And at that time, FC Tucson was an amateur team. Then they weren't eligible because they were a professional team owned by another pro team. That made them ineligible. In the last couple of years, it was canceled because of COVID. But it's back this year. They beat Las Vegas a couple weeks ago in the first round. Now their second round game tonight against California United Strikers. So that'd
be great. That'd be great if they could win it.
Awesome. All right. Well, that does it for the Huddle, this week's version. For Pat Paris, I'm Jason Barr. Thanks so much for watching on the KGUN 9 streaming platforms live and certainly recorded on OTT. And thanks everybody for your comments and tuning in. We will see you right back here with another special guest next week at the same time, Tuesday at 3 o'clock Tucson time. For Pat, I'm Jason. See you next time.